This whole Velma show has been one big fever dream, and I'm not exactly sure why. Is it the over-the-top adultery? The unnecessary humour? The fourth wall breaking? The twerking? The weird fascination of drugs? Yep, you get the point. Though one thing is pretty clear. I am not the target audience for this series. But seriously, who actually is? I would have loved to hear the pitch for this Velma show. We are going to create what the people want. Times have changed, and so should these beloved characters. Move aside, Scooby-Doo. There is a new protagonist. Meta Velma. It's what the kids and adults and everyone want. No, but seriously, I am struggling to figure out who Velma is actually for. And so I begin my journey to discover just that. Watching interviews with Mindy Kaling and Charlie Grandy did lead me to discover this.
We're fans of the show. This really grew out of a love of Scooby-Doo, and you want it to have that aspect of it that is a love letter to the fans that respects the original.
As well as this.
We have so much love and admiration for Scooby, all of the Scooby-Doo fans, and excited for the fans to watch and to see how much, we really tried to beautifully capture the spirit of the original.
Noticeably, it is said by both Mindy and Charlie that this show is a love letter to the fans of Scooby-Doo. But I simply cannot accept this. Why would anyone think altering these beloved characters will appeal to a generation of fans? It makes no sense. So I continue my search for who this series is actually for. After reading numerous blogs, watching way too many YouTube videos, and analysing all the available episodes of Velma, I finally landed on Reddit in search for a clue. Going through the Velma subreddit, most Redditors simply thought this show wasn't as bad as the critics were making it out to be. Which, sure, you may be able to tolerate the show. But either way, we can both agree that Velma is simply not a good TV series. After hours of research and countless minutes of browsing subreddits, I thought my journey had ended. But then I had my first small glimpse at a breakthrough from a simple comment by the Redditor named What Up G. I just take the show for what it is. Satire that's not canon and not meant to be taken seriously at all. There are definitely cringe moments in the show, but honestly, I thought it was going to be worse than what people were making it out to be. Just your average Reddit comment, right? Wrong. What Up G was not finished. They had one last sentence to add, in the form of an edit. An edit that explains why Velma just doesn't sit right with a majority of its viewers. An edit that can explain exactly who this television series is for. What Up G wrote, and I quote, "Edit. I also watch this show when I'm baked AF. This show is for stoners." Okay, surely not. But the more I thought about it, the more it made sense. This did seem like one big fever dream, but not only because of the over-the-top adultery, the unnecessary humour, the fourth wall breaking, the twerking, or the sexualization of everything, but from the animation style, to Velma's hallucinations, to the fascination with drugs, to talking directly to the viewers. This is a sandwich eater's daydream.
Oh no. I think that sandwich was laced with other stuff.
The reason it doesn't resonate with myself or a majority of individuals, from critics to YouTubers to Redditors and even most of its own viewers, is simply because this show is for stoners.
Velma, Norval isn't something you share, like a sandwich.
Who shares a sandwich?
And I've got more evidence. In episode 2, we find out that a lot of Norville's viewers are sandwich eaters. I don't think this is a coincidence. Norville had his own dedicated Norville Snacks series, which is somehow appealing to these people, intentionally or otherwise. However, not all Norville subscribers are as supportive as this. Norville receives backlash from his fans every single time Velma is on his stream, almost a throw to the overwhelming hate the show has received, especially circulating around Velma. Is Norville's stream audience a representation of Scooby-Doo's audience? Showcasing not only the portion who will go on to dislike the Velma adaptation, but also for those who this series is resonating with. When Mindy and Charlie say this is a love letter to Scooby-Doo fans, who are they actually talking about? Is it the children who grew up with the animated series? Or is it about those who have come to idolize North Shaggy for the pop culture sandwich smoking icon he has become? On top of this, everything about Velma's hallucinations can be seen as an offering to these sandwich eaters. From the colours, to the animation, to the movement, the amount of time, effort, and detail that went into creating these segments doesn't really add up, unless you consider the possibility that this is for a very specific viewer who might experience something wonderful out of it. I really don't know what's worse, believing that this show completely missed the mark with the Scooby-Doo audience, or accepting that this show might just be made for sandwich eaters. 0.5 out of 5 stars. A pity too if I was eating a sandwich. Now time to unmask another monster. Am I the only one who didn't realize Norval was actually Shaggy until halfway through Velma? Seriously, I noticed the green top, but just assumed it was an Easter egg for the real Shaggy, not the Shaggy god himself. I always just assumed Shaggy's actual name was, well, Shaggy. I wonder how this show will depict him getting his nickname. Probably something dumb like the state of his hair or something. If you enjoyed this theory, be sure to comment which movie, TV show, game, or news I should cover next. See you next time.
I definitely think this was a home run. Congratulations to you both and can't wait for future seasons.